Well, Arne, one of the striking things about you all season has been how calm and composed you've been. How were you in the last few moments of that game?
I think there were 6 or 7 minutes where I wasn't that composed. We all know what I mean, and I think today was a bit the same. Scoring a goal in the final stages of the game, and then still 7 minutes to go. So I like referees who give a lot of extra time, especially if the other team did a lot of time wasting. But we did not do this for 1 second, and there was 7 minutes extra. So boys had to fight very hard, and I tried, like the fans, everything I could do to fire them up from the side. And we survived because they had a header on the bar in extra time.
Did you like the reaction once it did go to 1-1? Because it had been a difficult second half, then they get level, but you had it within yourselves and to go again.
Yeah, that is probably what we've done whole season. So after a disappointment, being knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain, we show up again. To show up every 3 days with this mentality, because we don't win game the easy way. And the easy way, I mean, we just take control of the ball and we pass it 5 times around, and we have a goal and the next goal, the next goal. No. If we achieve something this year, it's mostly about the mentality the players have shown, and that's what you saw today as well. Very difficult second half. We needed Alisson because Paqueta and Kudus were incredible the whole game, but especially the second half. And then we conceded the 1-1 with an own goal. How much disappointment can you get after losing last week, and then immediately a chance for Lucio and a goal from Virgil shows you how much mentality these boys have.
So if you were to sum up why, or if Liverpool are going to be champions, would you almost point to that moment in the game, 1-1, this is what we've done, this has been the difference?
There's always debate about if you win the games the way we do, you can say it's very hard for us to win a game of football. But I would give a lot of credits for that, actually, because it's not only us. I saw the result when I came in, Chelsea Ipswich 2-2. There's no one who wins a game of football that easy, and because this league is so strong now, you have to put so much effort in to bring your wins over the line, and that's why I think these players deserve a lot of credit, because it's so much easier if you win a game of football 3 or 4 or 5-0. But to win it the way we do, every time we have to fight for it, against Everton, last week against Fulham where we didn't win, and now again, that is, I think, a big compliment for this team.
What changed then, first half to second half? Because you were dominant first half and not so second half.
No, you're even positive if you say not so second half. First half performance really good. So a lot of movement, a lot of runs. We controlled the game. Maybe we should have gone 2-0 up in that period of time. Second half made it much more difficult for us because they brought so many players into their midfield. So they started off with 2 number 9s, and then all of a sudden, I saw the manager telling Kudus that he had to drop, and all of Kudus started to run everywhere, and he was almost uncontrollable for us today. And that led to chances, because they also have a Bowen, a player that can run in behind the last line. So yeah, you have a problem on your midfield because they bring an extra player over there, but they still have the threat of deep runs as well. And that made it really hard for us the second half. But Ali saved us multiple times. And they did score with an own goal from us. But yeah, then set pieces tell you how important that is in the modern game of football.
6 more points and you will be champions. How close do you feel, or did we see today that actually it's those last couple of steps that are sometimes the hardest ones to take?
I think the whole season has been hard for us. Every win we've had, except for 2 or 3, have been really difficult. So that's also what I told the players today. We need 2 more wins. And the last 3 games have shown us how difficult it is in general to win a game of football everywhere around the world, let alone in the Premier League, let alone in the end phase of a season. So, but they managed to do so because of their mentality. And we go again next week against Leicester.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's a winner, of course. It's quite late in the game.
Have you and Robbo made up?
I think obviously when the goal equaliser went in, we obviously been together through everything. Me and Robbo are like brothers, and this is also part of the game. And luckily we got the win.
Off the field this week, it's been about Mo Salah. When is it going to be your week announcement-wise? Do we know yet?
I don't know. I know, but I don't know.
Graham, is that one you can separate or try and detach performance from result?
Yeah, we have to. because obviously we're disappointed to not get anything from the game. But the performance was probably, I think it is the strongest performance we've had since we've been here. Balance between defence and attack was really good. We gave the top team, the best team, a real game today. We're positive about the performance, but we're just disappointed to come away with nothing.
The boys showed why they are in the position we are in, because these games 9 out of 10 times end in a draw, but with these mentality players, it was a win for us, 2-1. Now we know what we have to do is 2 more wins, which is difficult in the Premier League, but we're going to fight for it as hard as we can.
So Liverpool got the job done this afternoon. Could potentially have the league wrapped up this time next week if a lot of things go their way. Danny, it was frantic in the end, but the result really was all that mattered at this stage of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an intriguing game. I think there was some nerves from Liverpool. Thought West Ham contributed some good moments. What I liked early in the game was how Liverpool mixed their game up. They've done it a lot this season, especially against teams who come there and try and narrow up and play deep. They've got 2 really good centre-halves who are confident on the ball. If you look at West Ham's shape, narrow, no space in there to play through, but look how high they are. And I think Liverpool have got 2 at the best at knowing when to play long. Great run from Salah, good run from Konate. The only thing missing here is the finish. You expect the back of the net to ripple. And then West Ham did have a little press at times. No problem, the pass isn't on into the middle of the pitch. Another good ball from Konate, who I think's really improved his game, actually, in terms of his distribution. His confidence is up. Salah was outstanding in the first half hour of the game. Look at this for a pass, the weight, just beautiful. Brilliant finish, and this man, we've seen do this for many, many years. Willing runner in Diaz on the left, and it just really mixes the game up and really gives West Ham problems because they don't know whether to squeeze, to drop off. And Liverpool do like to play out from the back, we know that. But when you've got the capability, look, let's play. He's there, don't need to. The space, they've given us the space. I know Salah's going to be on his bike, and I'm capable of hitting 70-yard diagonals. And this has been a constant pattern at Anfield when teams try and do this to Liverpool, hence the fact they've got such a good home record.
Yeah, it was a really impressive first half from Liverpool, and the stats reflect that as well, Danny. But does this also show us that actually West Ham was so much better in that second half?
They actually had some spells in the first half. They've got really good forward players. Kudus was outstanding. Bowen is always a threat. I'm a big fan of his. They had Paqueta helping the pair of them out. And they grew in confidence as Liverpool's nerves to protect that got more as the game went on. And as Graham Potter said there, they'll probably be a little bit disappointed. But at this stage in the season, Kel, you said at the beginning, it's about the win. But this guy, I mean, I really like him, Dion. I don't know what you think, but his hold-up play is great. He's a threat.
Yeah. Strong.
Really strong.
Strong on the ball. Listen, they've got some really good players. He had a proper go today. They were in the game. They could have quite easily nicked a point. It's just that, it's what you said, Dan. Liverpool mixed it up so much they weren't quite sure what to do, and the quality paid in the end.
A large reason that they didn't get anything from the game in the end, West Ham. On the week where we're talking about Mo Salah signing a new contract, Virgil van Dijk, it sounds like he's going to sign his new contract from what he said then. It's this man, though, isn't it, Alisson?
Yeah,
Time to give him some credit.
Yeah, and when you've got someone behind you like this who you know can... I mean, look at the starting position. He's absolutely outstanding. He's 15 yards outside his goal. Then he gets back and he gets something on that and he tips it onto the bar. There's 2 certain goals there, but as a defender, if you know that you've got a goalkeeper who can do this kind of stuff, I mean, that's just outstanding. They do that on the training pitch, day in, day out. And he did it 4 or 5 times, knowing when to come, stays on his line that time. That's just a reaction one. But again, look how big he stays. Hits him in the chest. It doesn't matter how he saves it. The back 4 allow him to have that space in behind him as well. And that one there, when you see it from behind the goal, that is an amazing save. It's going in, and he pushes it away from goal as well.
I think his calmness on those one-on-ones, you'll know, Dion, when you played up top, when you see a keeper stay so calm, it's so intimidating. I mean, this is a mix-up between Robbo and Virgil, which is the only way they got past him today. But he is a phenomenal goalkeeper.
Do you think sometimes we take for granted just how good and how consistent he is?
I think, yeah, to a degree. Yeah. I mean, Liverpool...
I don't think we do as footballers.
No.
Football fans, then, maybe?
Maybe the fans that haven't been in the circle of football don't really know how important
He's
it
also
is.
so humble. He very rarely does interviews. He's not very fist-pumpy, emotional on the pitch. He's not really an extrovert. If anything, he's completely the other way, which he goes under the radar because of that.
As for Liverpool overall, if, as I said before, if results go their way, they could win the league as early as next weekend. Does it feel like...
We don't want that.
You don't want that?
No, we want it at Anfield.
OK, all right, sorry. I'm sure you'd... If I'd have offered you this at the beginning of the season, though, you'd have taken it wherever.
I only
you
say
could have won
that,
it.
Cal, because of the fans last time they won it, it was COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think to do it at Anfield, or have the opportunity to do it at Anfield in front of the fans, will be incredible.
Just get it done, I say.
Just get it done. Yeah,
Get
of
it
course.
done.
But are we seeing a slightly different side to them today and in recent weeks, maybe?
Yeah, there's been an edginess there, which is, I think it's understandable. I mean, the performance at Fulham, obviously the Newcastle was League Cup, not Prem, but the levels have dropped a little bit, the intensity and the sharpness and the dominance. But as of now, 2 wins? By hook or by crook, just get it done. I mean, however they get it done, that won't be remembered. What will be remembered is winning the title. And as a player, that's all you strive for. It's all you crave for.
Agree?
Yeah, I just think that they've been the best team by far. They've had that little blip, but because they've been so good, they've given themselves a huge buffer. And now they know they're in touching distance. They will not let this slip. Not now. The manager won't let them.
OK.
Well, Virgil, all's well that ends well. Can you talk us through the closing stages of that match from your perspective? What are you watching, by the way, over my shoulder?
I can see that. Yeah, it's unlucky.
Go on, give us your verdict on that then. What happened?
I hate them shout, but listen, these things unfortunately happen. Obviously, it was time to make it right, and luckily we did.
Yeah, how relieved, happy, whatever the right word is, how happy are you that you did go and make it right?
Well, finally, obviously, I think we had many set pieces. We trained a lot on it, and I tried to be important, and finally today I could score the winner. So, on to the next.
OK. Mo, how are your nerves in the last few moments of that game?
I was on the bench. No, but
it's worse there, isn't it?
It's worse.
You can't help. You can't affect.
When you are outside, I think you feel it more. But I'm glad that we managed to win it in the end. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, actually injected quite a lot of emotion and drama into what had, for a bit, looked like being quite a straightforward afternoon.
Yeah, of course, it's a good team. To be fair, they have a good plan. They managed to play better in the second half. They managed to score. So I think in that stage, the most important thing is to win the game. And I think we did well in the last few minutes.
With the title at stake and with the new contract signed in the week, how determined were you to make a difference today, as you did with the assist? I know Virgil's had a go at you for only playing 60 minutes. Or
No, I think I'm glad that we managed to do that early before the end of the season, and hopefully Virgil also will be next. Well, I'm just saying hopefully. I didn't say
you're under the bus there, Virgil.
I just look, he can do whatever he wants, but I would love to see him again next year. But of course, he can choose whatever he wants in his future.
Hopefully, Virgil will be next. What can you tell us, Captain?
I can tell that I'm very proud today to captain my 100th game for Liverpool. And it was an emotional day because of obviously the Hillsborough anniversary. So that was the main focus: get 3 points and get a step close to all of our dreams. Not only us as players, staff, but the whole. Everyone is connected to Liverpool FC, and that's the main thing. Everyone knows how much I love this club, and let's see what next week will look like.
You feel like you can almost touch it now, Mo? That title?
Yeah, we can say that now, to be fair. I think we on the fans won, especially when we won it in a lockdown. So let's go for it and win it. That's the most important thing.
Okay, well played, both of you. Player of the match for a brilliant 60 minutes, Mo Salah. I know it was longer.
Another one, brother. Congrats, well deserved.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well, at this stage of the season, doesn't matter how, does it? It's just how many points you get at the end of the 90 minutes.
Just keep knocking the Skittles over.
Yeah.
Good bounce-back ability after their loss against Fulham last week. Bit nervy, bit edgy. They controlled the first half, Liverpool. I thought they were great. I thought they set off and come back the traps really well, but then rested on that and allowed West Ham back in the game. But deserved the win, only just.
Yeah. And the way they responded to 1-1, because then, I mean, Arsenal dropped 2 points yesterday. And it's funny, isn't it? Because of the context of everything, Arsenal dropping those points may have affected, even subconsciously, the mood of the Liverpool players. But they then found another gear to go to win the game. So actually, there's nothing wrong with here, is there? Nothing wrong with their heart.
I don't know. I think Alisson kept him in it, personally. I think West Ham created multiple chances and some half chances, and Alisson did what he had to do, even though there were mistakes in that game. He kept them in the game so they could get that step and win the game, basically. So I think from a West Ham point of view, they, like Potter said, they could...
Do they look nervous to you, Liverpool?
Yeah, they did the game before that as well for me, but it's normal when you're up there and you've got that gap and you almost think you can kind of let your foot off the gas, and then 3 points, 6 points, the gap closes a little bit more. Then how do you get back to that level you was at before when you've kind of taken your foot off the gas? But like Dom said, in the first part of the game, they were fine. They came out the traps flying.
No goal for Salah to celebrate his new deal, but an assist.
Oh, my days.
18th of the season, and a brilliant assist.
Yeah, to anyone
Talk us
watching
through
this...
his technique and how hard this is.
Well, Scholes, every day's a school day for young Ollie Scholes. He got too tight to Mo Salah, but anyone around the world looking at this might think this skill's very easy. It's the way that he thinks about what he's going to do, Mo Salah. So it's pass appreciation. So basically, he's gone with the outside of the left foot, but the weight of it is perfect. And also, he's took a lot of care with this ball. Look how it arrives to Luis Diaz. It's along the floor. It's not bobbling. It's not overhit where then he's got to stretch. It was the perfect assist, really.
And what I liked about it is, normally when people use the outside of that boot, it kind of curls. It kind of just went straight where it needed it.
This is a lack of communication here, isn't there?
Yeah, it was, but I thought West Ham deserved that leading up to that point, and you need a little bit of luck.
To be honest, he did admit they deserved it.
Yeah, you need a little bit of luck, but I don't understand the mix-up there between, I think, like Dom said off there, if Robinson most probably doesn't run across, the ball comes to him and he just kicks it out.
Now, was this a foul before the Van Dijk goal? That's certainly what West Ham feel there. So it's not given. There's a corner instead. Van Dijk scores from it. Is this a foul, Don?
I think it is only just.
Yeah.
I think it is only just. It's not clear. But then what you've got to do if you're full crew there, you've got to be stronger.
Yeah.
You're the guy that's marking Virgil van Dijk. You've got to be physical. You've got to match him. It doesn't matter who you defend against. If Sean's defending against me, you get touch tight. You don't allow me to score. Pop me off. I might head it over the bar. The fact that Fulkrug, which is unlike him, sort of was a little bit weak, and then Van Dijk, there's only one winner. And then you give him a free header in front of goal, the chances are he's going to score.
Yeah. So even if you think it is a foul from the West Ham point of view, you've still got an opportunity to clear the ball by defending the corner properly.
Yeah, you do, but when the ball comes in the way it comes in, they're not easy to deal with. I think the ball's a fantastic ball. It comes in quite flat, whips into that area which you always want it. And when you got Virgil attacking the ball like that, once he gets a couple of steps run up on you, I don't think there's many people that'll be able to stop him.
Do you expect Van Dijk to sign a deal this week? So we know what's happening. Trent's going. Mo Salah's staying. The third leg of the tripod, is he staying, Van Dijk?
I think so. I think, especially if they're winning, I think he will want to try and defend it.
Yeah. From what I'm hearing from inside, I think it will get done. I think it's only a matter of time. I think even the fact that he was kissing the badge at the end in front of the Kop end, he's saying, I love the club, the fans love me, I want to be here. I think it's only a matter of time.
Talk about the title race in a second after we've had a look at Arsenal dropping 2 points yesterday against Brentford at the Emirates. Let's have a look at this. It's a pretty flat game, maybe not surprising after the Real Madrid game. Kieran Tierney is going back to Celtic, thought he put Arsenal in front. We got semi-automated offside, so it was a lot quicker.
So much better.
So much quicker to see that there.
Yeah,
good offside.
I mean, you can tell that by the naked eye.
Yeah.
But the fact that semi-automated is now doing its job and it's making it very quick.
Well, I don't think anyone was surprised this was a bit of a flat performance, really. I mean, the title's gone. And look, we're into the second half already, and they're all thinking about Real Madrid, even subconsciously.
I kind of was surprised because when you're going into games like Real Madrid, you want to go into them full of confidence now. So to keep that adrenaline going of that win from before, but to play the way they played here, although they did have a lot of changes, I think now you have to lift your levels again to get back there.
Yeah, but I mean, he made half a dozen changes. He brought the big boys on. Rice started after that.
Coyote, the signing from Fiorentina.
It's a good goal, but it's not great defending.
He done well, Coyote. I've seen a lot of him when he was at Fiorentina. It's a scruffy goal to concede, but great from whistling away, sort of spins and turns. The surprising thing for me, when I seen Wissa score there, was the last 20-odd minutes, there was a lack of reaction from Arsenal. Yeah. Understandable, because they've probably got eyes on the Bernabeu and Real Madrid, but the professional in you still wants to win this game.
Yes.
And I thought they were a little bit flat, and Bukayo Saka at the end had a shot, just went a little bit wide. Obviously understandable, he's a little bit rusty. He was magnificent against Real Madrid. So maybe it's the aftermath of that. We all know, as me and Sean, when you've played a game off the back of an injury, you can normally perform at the highest levels. It's the game after where you can feel a little bit fatigued.
Yes.
So, yeah, the title was long gone.
Oh, God, yeah. So Liverpool needs 6 points to win the title. They could win next weekend if they beat Leicester and Arsenal lose at Ipswich. That it could be settled next weekend. But clearly it's a question of when Liverpool are going to win the title. And for Arsenal, it's all about the Bernabeu. Quick one on that. How do they go about that on Wednesday night?
For me, they have to play the same way they played at the Emirates. I think if they do anything but that, then they're going to open doors for Real Madrid to try and get back in the game.
Got to be brave.
Yeah, they have.
You've got to be brave.
Yes.
You've got to go there believing you can score. If you go there and you protect the 3-0 and you go back into your shell and you don't go for territory and you sit off.
Mbappe and Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo and Modric, yes.
And then you go 1-0 behind in 20.
Yeah.
You can make it very nervy. So they've got to get on the front foot.